Medicaid. Watch this.
We will defend Medicaid for those great people that are in need. So just remember, we will be saving Medicaid and strengthening it. We're going to pass the largest tax cuts in American history, and we will not cut Social Security, Medicare, or Medicaid benefits. You're not going to feel any of it. And your Medicaid is left alone. It's left the same. Your Medicare and your Social Security are strengthened. We're not cutting. We really were very, very cognizant of three things. Social Security, we're going to take care of it beautifully. Medicare and Medicaid.
And so Gene, I played that one to show just like he don't know.
Well, water's wet, Trump lied. Water's wet, House conservatives lied. The House Freedom Caucus is not what it once was anymore. There was once upon a time an organization in the same building that literally built the Tea Party, right? That literally built themselves on fiscal conservatism. At this point in time, we really have literally two fiscal conservatives in the entire Congress. Rand Paul in the Senate, Thomas Massie in the House. No more, nothing less outside of those two.
Well, I brought that up because Notice is reporting Trump didn't realize his bill strips Medicaid. This is from Wednesday. We'll put up this pull quote. But Trump still doesn't seem to have a firm grasp about what his signature legislative achievement does. According to three sources with direct knowledge of the comments, the president told Republicans at this meeting that there are three things Congress shouldn't touch if they want to win elections. This comes from the president. Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, quote, but we're touching Medicaid in this bill. One member responded to Trump, according to the three sources.
Well, the thing is this, you're going to touch on all three. First and foremost, you mean to tell me that the one president that literally consumes cable news all day did not know that Medicaid was going to be touched? I mean, that's literally been the topic of discussion since the bill was dropped. Right. And one, you also don't touch Medicaid without end up touching Medicare, and you don't also eventually borrow from Social Security to pay for it all. So one more time, you either have one or two things happening. Donald Trump lied to us again, which one more time, water is wet. Or, Congress, literally just defied the president while at the same time trying to do everything possible to show fealty to him.
You know what I think is happening here with the we didn't cut Medicaid is that it was a math thing that they did, right? Mm-hmm. They did not go, what they're doing is adding these reforms to it, as they put it, right, that are going to take place after November. Mm-hmm. And so to them, they're going out and saying, we didn't cut Medicaid. We did what many states do, which is we added these work requirements. However, they added the strictest work requirements that we've seen in these states. Some states do work requirements, and they actually add people because people realize, oh, wait, I can get Medicaid now. That's not what happened here. And I want to ask you a question. Abigail Jackson, a spokesperson for the White House, told Notice that President Trump's reconciliation bill, this was in reference to the same report, quote, takes decisive action to protect Medicaid for generations to come by eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse in the program. President Trump is committed to protecting Medicaid for the vulnerable Americans who rely on it most. What I did not read in that was that we didn't cut Medicaid this time, right? Even the spokespeople are not saying what the president is saying and what some of these members of Congress are saying in front of the cameras.
No, absolutely. And I think there is an ideological bent to this package because this isn't the usual trickle-down economics with tax cuts. This is taking $1 trillion out of Medicaid. And taking $1 trillion out, there's going to be ripple effects into the whole healthcare system. Right. So these are the Medicaid recipients, but this is everybody else who also has private insurance, hospitals, nursing homes.
Because someone has to make up for that loss.
Exactly.
As the Congresswoman said in the last segment. Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
I have another Republican member of the Senate to play because this person, I mean, in old school Washington, I get what she did because you were elected by your constituents to come here to protect your interests and to make sure that you come out whole. However, as my grandmother would say, this is Senator Lisa Murkowski of Alaska. Watch this.
Do I like this bill? No, because I tried to take care of Alaska's interests. But I know that in many parts of the country, there are Americans that are not going to be advantaged by this bill. I don't like that.
Okay, so
she doesn't like it, Jonathan.
Well, what we didn't show was how it was like 20 or 30 seconds when she
Stare down.
Stared down our reporter before she even started saying, do I like this
She
bill?
didn't know what to say. She literally was dumbfounded by her own decision on a bill that, she could have voted no on.
And if she had voted no, it would have failed.
Yes.
It would have failed.
So, I mean, look, it gets interesting because in these moments you look to Susan Collins or Lisa Murkowski.
More Lisa Murkowski.
Yeah, and you hope they do the right thing, right? And every single time they end up voting like your House conservatives that end up voting every single time as well. At the end of the day, she did what she thought was right for Alaska, which is her duty. The same way John McCain did what was right for Arizona and protecting Obamacare. But at this point in time, what she doesn't understand is that it's going to eventually hurt her constituents as well. The cuts to Medicaid are going to hurt Alaskans. Alaska is a very rural state, more rural than it is urban. One of the most rural states we have in our union. And so the cuts that are going to come to Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security are going to hurt Alaskans more so than probably 49 other states.
And to be clear,